Welcome back to Cooking with Bee. On this week's episode, we're going to be doing chicken divan, which is a super easy recipe that you can get ready, prepared, and in the oven in just a few minutes. So come cook with me. So this week's ingredients, we're going to be doing two different components. One is going to be a roasted purple broccoli. So that's simply topped with a little bit of olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper, and then placed in the oven to roast while we get the chicken prepared. So for the chicken portion of this recipe, we've got 4 large chicken breasts. We've got probably 3 to 4 cups. It was 2 heads of fresh broccoli crowns that as soon as I got home from the grocery store, I just chopped it up, put it in the bag, so it was good to go. We've got 2 cans of soup. One is a cheddar cheese soup and one is a cream of broccoli soup. Then we've got some Italian seasonings, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of minced onion. We've got our 2 cheeses here, one of which is a sharp cheddar, and then we have a mild cheddar. To top it, my husband likes it with breadcrumbs. I do not, so what I do is I put the breadcrumbs on the side. So we have a couple tablespoons of butter in a dish that I will then put the breadcrumbs in, and those will roast on the side, so then when it comes out, I top it. So those are this week's ingredients. So like I mentioned earlier, we're going to start by roasting our cauliflower. We got purple cauliflower a couple weeks ago by accident, and it's been fantastic ever since. So it's become a new family favorite. So when I got home from the grocery store, I washed everything and just cut it into quarters. So we're going to get that into a roasting pan. Isn't it beautiful? So we've got all our cauliflower laid out. I'm just going to take a couple of tablespoons of olive oil and just pour that right on top. A lot of the flavor is going to come from the chicken divan that we're going to top this with, so we're just going to give it a little love with some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So that's that. We're going to get this into a 375 oven and get going on the chicken. Welcome back. What we're going to do now is we're going to start prepping the chicken. So as you can see here, we have 4 large chicken breasts that we're simply going to just take and make into cubes. And we always start by going around the chicken and cutting off the chicken fat that we don't need. So now we've cleaned up from cutting up the chicken. We've washed our hands. We've just got it here in a bowl. So as you can see, the sizes are good size, probably the size of a thumb, and that's what you're looking for. What we're going to do now is saute it so that it cuts down the bake time and we can ensure that everything is cooked thoroughly. So now that our pan is heated up, we're going to do just probably a good tablespoon of olive oil just to saute the chicken in. Oh, that smells so good. Get our chicken in the pan. So now that we've got the chicken in the pan, we're going to flavor it up a little bit. We've just got a couple dashes of garlic powder, the minced onion, brand new one. And Italian seasoning. So this is a blend that I actually put together, and what I did is it's just a little mason jar with a Parmesan lid as the topper. So that's my kitchen tip of the week. So now we're just going to saute the chicken till it's almost cooked through. I'll see you back in a minute. Welcome back. So the chicken has been cooking for about 8 to 10 minutes now. As you can see, it's no longer pink. So that's what you're looking for. It's not cooked 100% through, but it's just done enough so that we can start assembling the rest of the casserole. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer the chicken to a nice large bowl. You want those juices because that's all flavor for the casserole. And now we're going to mix in our two soups. So the first one is just a regular cream of broccoli. And then the second one is going to be a cheddar cheese soup. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's good. So now we've got both soups in with the chicken and the juices. We're just going to mix it all together so it's nicely incorporated. Now we're going to start assembling. The first thing we're going to start with is a nice good coating of cooking spray. This recipe I'm actually going to be using a 15 by 11 instead of a 13 by 9, just because it's a little bit on the larger side. When we do our recipes, I'm cooking for a family of 3 with hopeful leftovers for lunch the next day. So these recipes can certainly be cut in half for a family of 2 or 1, and then you can freeze leftovers as you need. So as I had mentioned, I have 2 large heads of broccoli crowns that I chopped up yesterday when I got back from the grocery store to save time and space in the fridge. So we are going to dump those in the bottom and spread them out. We're going to take half our cheese and put them on this layer. And this is just a regular shredded mild. So there's half. And this is a shredded sharp. Definitely 2 of our favorite cheeses in this house. Now we're going to take our chicken and get that poured on top. So that's that. Now we're going to finish off with the cheese. So we've had the cauliflower in the oven for about 15-20 minutes now, and it's going to continue to cook as we cook the casserole as well. We're going to put this into a 350 degree oven for roughly 20 to 25 minutes just to finish baking through that chicken and get everything incorporated. On the side of that, what we like to do is I've got 3 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm just going to pour some breadcrumbs on top. I'd have to say that's probably half a cup to 3/4 of a cup. And those will also roast on the side. That way I can put them on my husband's portion as he likes them. So I'm going to put both of those in the oven with the cauliflower, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Our cauliflower was in the oven for a total about 45 to 50 minutes in that 350 degree oven, so it could roast off, get nice and soft, but still stay a little bit crunchy. Our casserole ended up cooking for about 25 minutes, so that way the chicken could cook all the way through and all the flavors could incorporate, and that broccoli could also soften and cook through a little bit as well. We've got our breadcrumb topping for those that like the breadcrumb topping. So let's go ahead and assemble a plate. So now we're going to go ahead and build the plate. Put a nice layer of our cauliflower down. Traditionally, this is served over either a white rice or a rice pilaf, but in our efforts to reduce a little bit of the carb intake in our house, we've tried different vegetables in place of the carbs. So this is a great choice instead of rice. A little bit of the chicken and the broccoli. A bit more of that broccoli, cheesy goodness, and then a little scoop of those roasted breadcrumbs, and we used Panko breadcrumbs. Pardon the dogs. So you can see the chicken is tender and easy to cut, but yet cooked all the way through. Same with the broccoli, cauliflower. Just cut it with your fork. So let's go ahead and try a bite. The first thing I get is the nice sharpness of that cheddar cheese. It really adds a great flavor to offset the broccoli flavor. And that chicken is so moist and so juicy, it's fantastic. Let's try a bite of the cauliflower. Just like we like it. Still has a little bit of a crunch, but it's nicely cooked through. So thanks for joining me on this week's video. I appreciate all the feedback, and if there's something you'd like me to see me cook or you'd like to contribute to the videos, please be sure to comment below or reach out and I'll do my best to get them incorporated. So great seeing you all. Look forward to seeing you again next week.